All right, guys. Hanging out with the old 23, Chase Sexton. I'm a little mad at you. You come over to KTM. Congrats on that, by the way, on that ride. But I'm a KTM guy. My number's 23. And I was super pumped to have a teammate, number 23 on the KTM, and then you switch.
I know.
So be honest, was it because you were intimidated by being 23 on a KTM?
Yeah, I was nervous. There's only gonna be 123, so
dude,
you already had the spot.
I know. I'm gonna clip that, and that's going on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, actually, the real reason I chose 4 is because that was my first ever number. I actually I found pictures of me on a PW50 with 4 on it. It was my first ever race, so that's kind of like, hopefully this is my last number, and I want to kind of start there and finish there, obviously. So it's cool, and 4 has always been my favorite number, no matter what. So 23 was cool. I picked it. They didn't really have many numbers when I got a career number, and that was the one that I really related with, and it obviously took off pretty well. Yeah. So started a new journey with this one.
Well, it's a good number to pick. I mean, it's like it has a lot of history to it, right? I think you are definitely capable of filling those shoes. Yeah. You're somebody, like earlier when I saw you getting ready to do a media shoot or like a intro day or whatever, it looks like whenever you get on the bike, from what I can see, is like you're taking it as this is an opportunity to get better. Yeah. You know, and maybe that's wrong, but that's what it seems like, right? And is that something that you kind of do anytime that you do get on the bike? Like, is it something like, hey, dude, this is an opportunity to get better and improve?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, whenever I get on the dirt bike, it's always like game face. It's something that you gotta have a lot of focus riding a dirt bike, especially on a Supercross track. Yeah. So, also, I mean, every time I go out there, I'm learning things, especially on a new bike. I'm learning stuff about the bike. I'm pinpointing stuff I want to get better at. And you gotta have your game face for that kind of stuff.
Did you have your heart rate monitor on?
Yeah, dude, heart rate monitor, everything.
Like that's what I mean is like most guys when they're just coming out here to kind of do media stuff, they won't go to that extra mile. Yeah. You're a champion. You know what I mean? Like I think that's something that's like ingrained in you is like, hey man, I'm out here, I'm gonna try and get like a little bit of data and see what I'm doing. Yeah. Which is, I think, if you wanna win, you know, I mean there's extra things that you're gonna have to do. Yeah. But
I think this year the biggest thing I've been doing too is those little 1% things that make you better, like whether it's not even just the training stuff, the daily lifestyle things that can like slowly make you better as the 1%ers, and that's something that I've been trying to figure out this year. Yeah.
Has it come faster? Because I in my opinion, KTM is the premier brand, is the premier team. Yeah. That's my opinion. I'm a little partial because I ride a KTM, but it seems like they have so many people behind it. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to be hard to do the transition. They have so much behind them that I don't really think it would be. You know exactly what you're doing. You know what you want. You have your mechanic that came over with you, Zin. He came over. Like, so it's like it's not that hard for you to kind of make that transition after the first few weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just learning a new bike. The team behind, like, I went to Austria and kind of got to see it over there, and the guys they're awesome. So it's awesome having Zim on board as well, bringing him from Honda. That's one thing that I didn't want to lose him. That was like one of the first things I kind of dealt with my contract. I'm like, I gotta have to bring Zim. Yeah. And so far the team's been awesome. They're not afraid to try different things, which is cool. They're not afraid to think outside the box, and it's been fun so far. Like I said, I haven't raced the bike, but overall I feel like I'm feeling pretty comfortable on it, and it's been a pretty smooth transition so far.
Yeah. All right. So, a couple of the biggest thing that I wanted to ask you is, and because I'm a dad, I have 3 kids, and it seems like you have been able to keep your family pretty close to you throughout this whole time, and like your dad and all that stuff, and to me it seems like not too many people tend to do that, especially when you get to that level. It's like there are some people that do, some people that don't, but how are you able to kind of put that as a priority, and how are you able to kind of like say, hey, family is super important to you, you know, you don't want to lose that, you don't want to sit there and separate yourself, like because there are a lot of people who's like, oh, maybe my family doesn't have the best knowledge in this, so I'm going to separate a little bit, but it seems like to you or to me on the outside is like, nope, we're keeping it tight. You know, how have you been able to do that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is that I wouldn't be where I am without my family, and it'd be stupid for me to get cocky and like kind of just leave them in the dust, which I don't want to do. And they live super close to me in Florida, so we are obviously very close. And my dad's my practice bike mechanic still, so, and he honestly is my riding coach as well. He's the one that is there every day. He knows how to get me like going on the track. He knows what I need to do better, and knows how to get the best out of me.
Yeah.
So we have our tough days, like everybody, but it's good. And I think for me, it's something that I need, and it's also somebody you can really trust. Like your family is. There's nobody more that you trust than your family. And with my dad, like he knows, like I said, what I need, and it's cool to have. But yeah, it's also part of the reason. Like it keeps me humble too, having your family around. Like they keep you in check, and that's what is I really like.
Yeah. So I have an 8-year-old son. You are by far his favorite rider. His name's Charlie. I told him yesterday. I told him yesterday, and I was just like, "Hey, I'm interviewing Chase Sexton. If you have any questions for him," and he goes, "Yeah, tell me what it takes to be a champion." That's all he wanted to know. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's kind of a blanketed question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, that's going to be kind of a hard thing to ask. But what has it been for you to kind of stay to that level, and what have you done to be able to get to this level, and how are you going to stay there?
I think the biggest thing is just having. I mean, not everybody has it, but drive. Like you have to have drive to be a champion, and to stay at the top, you have to have that motivation. It's always those quotes where you see like motivation is temporary, but drive or determination is like long-term lasting. And then determination, drive, all those things kind of come together. And I think that for me is the biggest thing. Like not every day you're motivated, not every day you want to get up and train, but you have to when you want to be the best. And that's something that a lot of the guys I look up to in other sports, like that's what they were always good at. And,
are you a Goggins guy? David Goggins?
Yeah, I mean, I like his stuff. Like his stuff is really like cool. Like he's super gnarly, but it's like he's almost crazy how gnarly he is.
Yeah. He definitely goes like over the top.
Yeah.
But like I follow a lot of those guys like Andy Frisella, like Jocko Willink, like all that. Is it messed up?
Did I turn this off?
No, you're good.
Is it good?
Still green. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, as far as I know, the light's still green.
Okay, cool.
I'm keeping that in. I don't edit anything out because this is real.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's like
good.
no.
I couldn't see the green thing.
Yeah, no, it's underneath it. I didn't have these fuzzies one time, and it created a bunch of wind noise. There's no wind right now, but it was like one of those things where I'm like, I'm not chancing it.
No, you can't chance it.
You know, it's like you get that audio once. But I follow a lot of those guys, and it's like there is like an element to getting obsessed and like being like really obsessed with like it, and then you just go overboard. You know what I mean?
You have to be in it. Like you gotta be completely submerged in what you do.
Yeah.
And like there cannot be any outside influences. You have to be 100% all in, and that's really what it takes. Honestly, it's just everyone says hard work, but it really is. Like there's talent can only take you so far.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So A1 coming up super quick. You probably go home for Christmas, right?
I'm going home on Wednesday. So.
Yeah. So you be able to spend some time there, and then you kind of get back straight into the chaos.
Yeah.
Do you you know the time slots are all earlier this year?
Yeah, I'm actually excited. I don't like racing that late.
Okay, so I actually wasn't sure if riders would like that or hate that.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to it. Some of the races just are too late. I feel like when you're taking off for a main event at 9:45, 10 o'clock, it's just late. Like usually. I mean, most of us are kind of in bed at that time. I mean, I go to bed like 10:30-ish, but we're basically finishing main event at 10:30. So it's nice to be a little bit earlier, and also for like all my friends and family back home, they can watch it.
Yep.
So it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm like pumped to be able to drive home from A1 at like 8:30.
Yeah.
You know, like you could go home, get dinner after. You don't have to eat like there if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, and then, you know, so I live in Temecula, so it's not too bad. But I'm looking forward to, dude, I'm really looking forward to you on this bike.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's going to be a really good time. I think it's going to be awesome. I think you guys are going to have a hell of a season. Like I said, I'm rooting for you. You got an 8-year-old in Temecula that's rooting for you pretty hard. But yeah, good luck this season, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't run the 23, but now you have it all to yourself.
I know. And no, somebody else is going to come around at like some point and they're going to take it, and then I'm going to have to battle them and then get them to switch the number. Yeah. So it's just
got to stay on top.
I know. It's hard, dude. Like you were saying, it's not easy. But thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Have fun tonight. Enjoy the media rounds. This is when it feels like work, right?
Yeah. No, it's not bad. It's better here than at the race. So
that's actually true. So all right, cool.
Yeah,
thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Not bad, right?
No, it's good.